Deserts are some of the harshest environments on the planet, characterized by high temperatures, low rainfall, and extreme aridity. Despite these challenging conditions, a diverse array of organisms have adapted to life in the desert, forming complex ecosystems that are both fragile and resilient. In this passage, we will explore the unique challenges and adaptations that are associated with life in the desert, and the interactions between organisms and their environment. The desert environment presents a range of challenges to organisms, including extreme heat, water scarcity, and nutrient-poor soils. To survive in this environment, organisms must have a range of adaptations that allow them to conserve water, regulate body temperature, and extract nutrients from their surroundings. One of the most common adaptations to life in the desert is the ability to conserve water. Desert organisms have a range of mechanisms for reducing water loss, including the ability to store water in their bodies. Reduce the surface area of leaves, and produce wax coatings that help to retain moisture. Many desert plants have adapted to the arid conditions by developing deep root systems that allow them to access water deep below the surface of the soil. Some plants also have specialized structures called succulents, which store water in their leaves or stems. Another important adaptation for life in the desert is the ability to regulate body temperature. Many desert animals have adapted to the extreme heat by becoming nocturnal, hunting and foraging at night when temperatures are cooler. Some animals, such as the desert tortoise, have developed specialized behaviors that help them to avoid the heat of the day, such as digging burrows or seeking shelter under rocks. Some desert plants also have adaptations that allow them to regulate their temperature, such as the ability to close their stomata during the hottest part of the day. Despite the harsh conditions, the desert is home to a diverse array of organisms, ranging from small insects and reptiles to large mammals such as camels and gazelles. Many of these organisms have adapted to the extreme conditions by developing specialized behaviors, such as hibernation or migration, that allow them to survive during periods of extreme heat or drought. Interactions between organisms and their environment are complex and varied in the desert. Many organisms have evolved adaptations that allow them to take advantage of the limited resources that are available in the desert environment. For example, some plants have adapted to the nutrient-poor soils by developing specialized roots that can extract nutrients from the soil. Some desert animals have also evolved unique adaptations for extracting nutrients from their surroundings, such as the kangaroo rat, which can extract water from the seeds it eats and excrete dry waste. In addition to these adaptations, many organisms in the desert rely on interactions with other organisms to survive. One example of this is mutualism, where two species interact in a way that benefits both. One example of mutualism in the desert is the relationship between the desert mistletoe and its bird pollinators. The mistletoe relies on the birds to spread its pollen from plant to plant, while the birds rely on the mistletoe for food and shelter. Another important interaction in the desert is predation. Many desert animals have evolved adaptations for hunting or avoiding predators, such as camouflage or the ability to run at high speeds. Predation is also an important mechanism for maintaining balance in desert ecosystems, as it helps to prevent any one species from becoming too dominant. Despite the challenges and complexities of life in the desert, the interactions between organisms and their environment have